Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ow. Welcome back to the Ghastly Toy Crypt. Oh, that hurt. I have been nursing a weird case of tennis elbow for the last 2 months now, and it has just been ridiculous. And today it is just extra spicy. I don't know why. Earlier in the week, I was fine. I called my brother, who's a physical therapist, and he told me to do these exercises, so I did them. It was feeling fine, and then yesterday it started to feel like garbage again. And now I feel like I'm starting to get it in this elbow. So anyway, that is exactly what you came here for this toy channel to hear about cases of tennis elbow. I don't even play tennis. Anyway, welcome back to the Ghastly Toy Crypt, and we are going to do another unboxing and installation for a Transformers upgrade kit. You're probably wondering, what upgrade kit you got this time? Well, I kind of got in under the wire before tariffs get crazy and I have to rethink the entire hobby. Oh, God, I have hard opinions on that. Anyway, no, actually, I think it was last video. Last video, but a couple of weeks ago, I picked up a Transformer from my buddy Brett, who is pretty much the man in charge of Toylanta. He had one of these bad boys that I was looking to pick up. I missed out on him the first time around, and Brett had one he was willing to sell, so I got him for a very good price, loose and complete. But I went ahead and picked up, let's see if I can frame this to where I can get this guy in. I went ahead and picked up the upgrade kit for him. It was only $40, and I think I got this particular one on Big Bad Toy Store. This is not sponsored by Big Bad Toy Store. However, Big Bad Toy Store, if you're watching, you know, just holla at your boy, I guess. Anyway, well, uh, it was $39.99, and when I checked, there was only, I think, 12 of these things left, and I was like, all right, I better go ahead and just get one now. And by the time it shipped out, they had completely sold out. So I'm very happy that I got in under the buzzer, because I do know when these eventually get restocked or there's a reissue, I'm pretty sure that price is going to go up because of said tariffs. But let's go ahead and take a look on the back of what is in the box here. We have two new hands which are fully articulated. We have some gap fillers, which are for the back of the legs. I'm not quite sure what these are for, but we also have a couple of extra cannons for, I believe, the rear of the shuttle / the bottom of the legs. So let's go ahead and, like always, I haven't even opened this box. As you can tell, it is still factory sealed. The point of these videos is that I don't get into this. So I'm seeing it for the first time. You're seeing it for the first time. We're going to go through this journey together. That's the whole point of these unboxing videos for me. So let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open, and let's get him installed on this guy and see what kind of improvements that DNA Designs can do for this Hasbro boy, this big Hasbro boy right here. I'm gonna have to fiddle around and move the camera and some of the other stuff around here, but that will be like 5 minutes for me. That will be literally no time for you. So we'll head to the next clip now. All right, we're gonna use the old background. I could use the light box that I got from my buddy, but you know, I don't think he'll fit. So we're using the old setup. So before I crack into the box and we see what is inside the box, let's just kind of give this guy an overview. The hands, the stock hands that come with this figure. Also, this figure probably has the toughest ratchets I've ever had on a stock Transformer or a Hasbro Transformer figure. But the hands are really weird, man. Like they swivel. That's a really tough ratchet. But the thing that's really weird about them is the thumb joint. And the thumb it's a swivel thumb, as you see here, but it's not like, I don't even know how to describe it. Let me go ahead and scoot this down a little bit. it's it's its placement isn't like a fist, like a thumb on its side where you can swivel in and out and you can, make a fist. It's it's top down and it just kind of goes in and out and it's kind of really weird. I don't I don't know what the call was for that. I know it probably has something to do with maybe transformation, but I feel like even if you just turned the thumb around, you could still get the same outcome. But that's the one of the weirdest things I've seen on a Transformer. And then I know, let me spin him around and we'll lower this. These guys are going to get some gap fillers, and then right here, I believe, boop, boop, trouble on the set. This is where the new cannons will plug in, and then we have a couple of those other pieces that I'm not too sure what, what they are. So let's go ahead and get the box cracked open. One more close-up look at the box. Here's DNA Designs, DK31, War for Cybertron, Kingdom 30. Upgrade kits, we have our Ark right there. That's what the spine looks like. And the background. We got the two, the background, the back of the packaging. Hands, gap fillers, question mark, question mark, more cannons. So, all right, that's it. Let's go ahead and rip it open. I just want to point out, you can tell that this has been sitting in a warehouse for quite some time because the tape is just incredibly discolored. Look at that. Ew, gross. Let's go ahead and start with probably the biggest part of the upgrade kit for this bad boy, and that is these new articulated hands. I'll go ahead and just use one of them, but the plastic quality on this is really good, and they kind of have some heft to them, I'm not gonna lie. But you can see each finger is articulated, and you can spread the fingers out. The thumb is actually on this really cool hinge to where you can have it on the side like I was saying it should be. Uh, but look at that. So both of the fists are the same in the sense, well, I mean, they're mirror images of each other. But we also get a tiny set of screws here because we will have to be performing action figure surgery. We're going to have to take the ratchet out of the wrist and use these screws to attach the new ratchet to the two hands. The next two pieces are indeed the back leg gap fillers slash side of the ship gap fillers. And I believe you will not be able to transform the figure without taking these off. So these pieces do indeed make it a little bit of a parts former. That is not a deal breaker for me at all. I spent years and years complaining about parts forming, but now, an older Transformers fan, whatever gets the best aesthetic, that's the route I'm going. So these are indeed gap fillers, and I found out that these smaller ones, these right here, are also gap fillers, and you have to position them different ways in different modes. So on the robot mode, these will go attached to the pieces that you saw previously, and then in ship mode, they get attached to the side to just further fill some gaps. Here are the two cannons that will go on around like the ankle area right here. Get a close up of that. Close up of that. And this guy right here is a gap filler for the tower whenever he is in arc mode. So that's it. So let's go ahead and just do the uh, hard part first. Let's do the action figure surgery. All right, let's get started. He has 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to go ahead and save these screws because we'll need them to put the forearm back together. But let's just go ahead and get this guy opened up. Oh God, that really sucks whenever you have a hurt elbow. Uh, Oh no, everything's falling apart. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. All right, so I cleaned them up. I put them all the pieces back to where they need to go. But let's go ahead and take a look at the hands here. This is the factory hand, and the part we need is this plastic ratchet, which is screwed on. So those two new screws we got will be used on this one to screw in this wrist ratchet joint. But if you want a comparison of the hands, this is what they look like. I probably could have held those better centered. But you know what? Again, we take this journey together. Let's go ahead and get this unscrewed here. There, it's actually kind of a long screw. There we go. Take that off. I'm going to put this aside. We'll put the old hand aside. And we'll bring in the new hand. And we'll put the wrist joint on there. And I think, yeah, it looks like it's pretty just uniform all the way around. And then we're going to take one of our new screws that come with the kit here, and we will go ahead and screw those in. All right, and I think we are good. We can now get everything put back together. Before I go ahead and put everything back together, I just want to give everybody a heads up. Everything in here is very loose. This popped out, and this popped out. If this pops out, make sure the two teeth, or the two spikes, whatever you want to call them, are facing outward, because the ratchet is on the other side here, and that's what catches on all of these teeth right here. So this is what we've got so far. Let's go ahead and see if I can zoom out just a little bit. We'll go ahead and get the hand situated. And you see everything is just falling out because it is so loose. Is there a better way to do this? You see, again, I might have to lay it down so it doesn't fall out. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Cut to the next clip. All right, here's the new angle. And this is still going to be tricky because the screws go in on the other side. So we will, you know what? We're just going to go for it. Here we go. So the new hand will go and rest in there. And then, please don't fall out. Please do not fall out. We'll go ahead and line up everything. Damn it, what did I say? All right, let's go ahead and get everything lined up. Is this correct? Yes, this is correct. That is not correct. All right, listen, I am not proud to say how long that took me to get all put together while the camera was not running. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put these little screws in here, and I'm going to screw it back up, and I will just say, you know what to do on the other arm, just reversed. So I'm not going to film that, and the next clip we see is going to be a little bit of a comparison. All right, here's our comparison video, and just so I'm sure that I put this thing back together, ratchets that way, and ratchets that way. So we're good. But here is the new hand. And compared to the stock hand, I definitely think this upgrade kit is worth it just for this guy right here, to be honest with you. I'm not mad at that. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Camera one. And here we are. Both of the hands are attached. This one took me far less time. I realized what my what my own issue was with this one, but I actually did come back and open this one up because this hand was a little loose. After I put this one in, I realized that I had to put something on a little bit tighter on the wrist ratchet joint. So, but they're all great, and I think they look good. So let's go ahead and turn this bad boy around and take a look at these back leg gap fillers. All right, we have these two pieces. I moved the robot out of the frame just so I can show you this, so there's not a lot of crazy focusing issues. And anyway, these two pieces seem to be identical. So I'm going to take this one, put it over to the side, and bring in one of these. Again, there's two of these. They seem to be identical, and all you got to do for the robot mode is just take this one and peg it in the back of that one right there. We'll go ahead and do it with this one right here. So this one, peg right there, and they should be ready to install on the back legs after that. So let's put these aside. Let's move our big boy back in. There we go. We are all set. So we'll bring in our gap filler, and it really just plugs in to some of the cavities on either side right here. So you really just take him and just pop it in, and there you go. Let's go ahead and do the other side. We can right over here, this side. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. And that's what he looks like with the leg gap fillers. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Can I zoom out? I cannot zoom out. But anyway, you get a good idea. But while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at these ankle boys right here. Before we plug these in, I do want to point out that they are not identical. They have two different connection points. There's this one right here and this one which has kind of an L shape. So they go on specific sides of the legs, and I believe this one is for the L shape. So the side with the panel, you'll go ahead and lift that panel up, and the L shape will actually clip on right over here. So we'll go ahead, clip that on. That fits over just like that. And then put it down in place, and you're ready to go. Look at that. And then this one doesn't have a panel, so you just go ahead and clip it into place so you can see that there is a larger plug and a smaller plug. The larger plug will go the one towards the back, and that one will go right there towards the front. And look at that. Boom. He is looking pretty good. It's crazy how just a small, subtle change can really bring out a lot in a figure. So let me go ahead. I'll the next clip I'll zoom out and we can look at him in robot mode. All right, I had to zoom out a little bit past the background, but there's no way to do it. This guy is quite large. So here is what he looks like with all of his add-ons in robot mode. So we'll give him a nice spin. You can see our ankle cannons. You can see our gap fillers on the legs. Looking pretty good, pretty good. Boom. I knew I was gonna do that, but you know what? I'm leaving that in. Now, the only thing we have left to add in is this guy. And this is a gap filler for whenever he is in Ark mode. So I am going to transform this dude. And like I said, we have to take these bits out because they hinder transformation. And once I get them transformed, we will go ahead and plug them in again, and we will show you what it looks like in Ark mode. All right, he is now in Ark mode, and he's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and turn him all the way around, And oop, I hit the background again. You can see this gap right here, and that's what this guy's for. So he is just going to get plugged in right there. And look at that. Fills it out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sides right here. And I think I've got a pretty good angle for this. So remember our two gap fillers, they can plug apart. And this one, we'll just go ahead and plug in like it does on the legs. Kind of have to do a little bit of finagling, but it's really pliable. And then this guy, let's see, he will just go ahead and plug in like so. Oh, that's easy. I just lost my overhead light, so we will just have to deal with this for the last bit of the video. And I think I've got everything plugged in as it should. So once again, we will go ahead and break these two pieces apart. This part will plug in right here. Oh, that went in very nicely. Whoa, whoa, get back here. Get back here, you. And we want the front piece to face that right there. And then that'll just plug in like so. And look at that. That, again, such a small piece, but makes a big difference. I halfway wonder if Hasbro could have, I don't know, maybe engineered something with a hinge where this would come out and you can transform the robot and put it back. I don't know. I'm not a toy designer. I'm not a toy engineer. But this is what he looks like. And I'm happy it looks pretty solid. And that is our arc. I think it looks pretty good with the gap fillers. I think the standout part of the upgrade kit has got to be the hands. They are a huge improvement on the factory hands that came out. Is the kit worth $40? I would say no. I feel like I probably got about $30 worth of pieces here, maybe 25, but 30 definitely on the high end. I think 40 was just a little bit much because I've spent $40 on kits that come with much more than what we have here for the Ark. I also realize that the cost of producing these things is pretty high, and again, we're heading into odd tariff territory, so these things are gonna go up in price before that situation gets any better, unfortunately. But I do like it. I think it makes the robot and the ship look much better. I am more than likely, the irony of the hands being the best part of the kit is I'll more than likely just display this in ship mode because I've wanted a Transformers Ark for quite some time, and I don't know why I slept on it whenever it was, whenever it had been released the first time. I just realized that I hadn't clicked it all the way together. Oh well, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and we'll angle it. Nah, he looks kind of weird. I'll put him back like this. I'll put him back like this. What do you think? Did you pick up this kit for this figure? Do you like it? Do you think it was worth the money? Would I buy it again? Yeah, probably because I'm a sucker. So I will. I freely admit it. But what are your thoughts on the kit? Go ahead and leave a comment below for all that comment bait and engagement bait that I'm throwing your way. That's going to do it for the video. I believe a toy hunt video is going to be coming very soon, hopefully within the next week. I don't have any crazy shows coming up, I don't think, maybe. So we'll probably end up tossing out a couple of toy hunts until now and then the next big event. So listen, if you're new here, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Or if you're so inclined, please hit the subscribe button. You could have used your time to watch any video on YouTube, but instead you used your time to watch this one and me, for some reason, go on about this upgrade kit. But anyway, I appreciate it. So you, like I said, you could have used your time anywhere. You chose to use your time here, and that means the world to me. So thank you so much. We will catch you in the next video. We'll see you real soon. That hurt my elbow. Why did I do that? Ow. I'm gonna go take some Advil. Stay spooky.